It's the National Football League on EA Sports. All eyes are on Mike Evans. He starts play fourth in the NFL in receiving yardage. It's the Buccaneers and the Panthers coming up next.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Today we've got an NFC South matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Bucs in this matchup, and this is going to be a heck of a chess match. This offense against a defense that will take no prisoners out there.
It's going to be a big-time battle, and I think that both of these teams have that mindset of, we're going to do what we do and make the other guys react to us. And we've definitely got a couple of headstrong coordinators who won't back down from a challenge. So this will be a battle of wits as much as it'll be a battle of brawn.
The Bucs kicker Ryan Suckup about set, and off we go from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. This will be fielded inside the 5. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. Now they're led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2018, Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively, because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also, when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The numbers for McCaffrey last week: 17 carries, 55 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Again, it's Foreman. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Dancing to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Carlton Davis picks it. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 30. 10, 5, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Nice play there defensively on this opening drive, not just to make the interception, but to take it all the way home.
And it felt like this was a defense that was on its heels a bit to start this thing off.
Yeah, they pretty much let the other guys march right down the field until that moment.
Yeah, key play there, turned it all around. Big moment.
Ryan Succop for the point after. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
And he's got some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down. Mayfield to throw it. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving. I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
And Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. A nice opening right away as he'll maneuver his way up to the 32-yard line. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. They keep it with Fournette on first down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. To throw is Brady. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Succop's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were there when I was doing it. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. Well, we're probably not the first, but all of us at EA Sports certainly want to wish you and yours a happy and prosperous new year. And as a celebration of that, a big slate of NFL games on this Sunday, Week 17. Second to last weekend of the NFL docket. Later tonight, the battle for Los Angeles, Rams and Chargers, 5:15 Pacific at SoFi. And then on Monday night, Charles and I are on to Cincinnati. Bills and Bengals, 2 cold weather teams in what will be a frigid Paul Brown Stadium. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you? Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it. Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2nd and 9 from the 44. The Buccaneers at 11-4 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD. And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory. They'll run again with Bernard. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Throwing on first down is Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now Brady. To Evans on the slant. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Well, that's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage. Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open. Brady now on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Bernard. And they'll get this down to the 10. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done. Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Fournette, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bucs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point try now for Succop. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. But Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
That's complete downfield to James. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Mayfield looks to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome into our EA Sports Halftime Report. It's a busy Week 17 of the regular season, so let's get right to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Cardinals who are out in front as that game draws closer to halftime. Rondale Moore, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. Darnell Mooney, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. A touchdown pass there for Jalen Hurts. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. Second half straight ahead from Raymond James Stadium. Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. So for the call, let's get back over to Tampa and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the 3rd quarter. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Getting it out wide here to Bernard. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down. Here's Brady. This is caught by Evans. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards. Up the gut, Fournette. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Bernard. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, here's Bernard. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Brady. Flushed out right. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it. And the Panthers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. A first down throw for Mayfield. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. 3 yards remain for second down. Now Mayfield. Going back. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Meanwhile, Brady's throw taken in by Evans here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now Bernard. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Brady. Well, the corner gets a hand on it, but he still makes the play. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Fournette, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. They'll run it again with Fournette. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. They'll go with a big bank Fournette. Leonard Fournette denied on 4th and goal. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. The give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. A little more room here on 2nd and 6 from the 6. To throw, Mayfield. That pass complete to Moore. And they work this out past the 25. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. James has got it, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because...
And a loose football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
See a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2. I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Now a carry for Bernard. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. A big loss there of about 7 yards on 1st and goal, so now it's 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Bernard. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Inside handoff down to Fournette. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. They'll run. This is Bernard. He's fighting, but they're not going to let him in. Stopped at the 2-yard line. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. On the give, this is their fullback. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mayfield firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And 3rd down and 6 to go. Mayfield. Vita Vea able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
Brady now to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Duke Dawson picks it. And the Panthers are right back in this football game. Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away. These two teams, they met in Tampa earlier in the year with the Bucs prevailing in that one. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. On 2nd and 10, Mayfield gets this to Moore. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Mayfield to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now Mayfield. That's into the hands. Now the ball comes loose, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mayfield. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Baker. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against it.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. And again, it's Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Fournette, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. A handoff to Fournette. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. One last shot for Mayfield here. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Kind of a strange ball game, Charles. We did not have a single point by either team after half. Really a defensive play by both sides in half number 2.
Wasn't that just beautiful to watch? Come on, man. Come over to the dark side with me. Wasn't that fun to see these defenses holding sway, right? Making sure they're controlling the game in the second half. It lets you know that you've got to score points when you can. You never know when offenses might go a little bit dry, and you need those points from earlier.
So for the Bucs, they improve their mark to 12-4 with one game to go.